What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and I'm here today playing the next episode of our Dawn of War 2 playthrough. Now, because the game crashed, I started recording this episode already, and because it crashed and the game autosaves like a douchebag, what ended up happening is it used up our extra deployment for the day, which was just like, great. So, the Tyranid infestation is higher than it was before, and because of a crash and the lovely joy of Games for Windows Live's autosaving feature, we are now just out that free deployment that we had. But we have three options. I guess it was a freebie, so nothing gained, nothing lost there, I guess. But once again, developers, terrible, terrible idea. Do not ever use Games for Windows Live or always online access for your games, ever. Period. It makes you a horrible person. Now, we have three options for what we want to do with this next group of missions. We can either attack the Tyranids and lower the infestation level. We can go after Idel, the leader of the Eldar. Or we can head back to Typhon and try and find a Tech Priest camp. I think what we're going to do is let's rotate our squads around a little bit. Oh, it's already done it because I did it in the last level. That crashed because of Games for Windows Live sucking. Have I said that enough times? Do you guys know why the last episode crashed? I do. Anyways, Idel of Uthway is what we're going to do here, so let's go ahead and finish off the Eldar in this subsector so that they're no longer an issue. I want them altogether gone. I remember this mission being a little tricky, but she is weak to bolter fire, which is what it says in the intelligence briefing, so I took Thaddeus out and I put in Tarkus.
Commander, chapter records do indeed make mention of this Idel, which the Eldar warlock mentioned. She is a Farseer, a witch leader of her people, and aligned with the same craft world which opposed our efforts during the Cronus campaign. Idel is undoubtedly the leader of Eldar operations on Meridian. The Tyranid invasion continues all about the sector, but this is our opportunity to put an end to the Eldar efforts to destabilize the subsector.
Alright, so the reward for this mission, as you can tell, is a teleport pack. I'll probably slap that on the commander so that I can actually have him jump around and he can be like a makeshift Thaddeus, just with a little less hair gel. Actually, we probably use hair gel too. I mean, looking at his portrait, he does seem to have a little bit of the hair gel going on. But anyways, let's deploy and get this thing a-rolling because these missions are starting to drag. And as you guys know, the longer and longer they get, the harder it gets for me to record. So let's jump in, get past this loading screen, and deploy away. The battered, annihilated world here that we're trying to save. That's got to be the best deployment method ever.
Quickly. Every moment here gives the Tyranid infestation time to grow.
Alrighty, well, we need to get our hands on. It looks like they've already got... God, they've got us deployed already just against terrible, terrible odds. Let's go ahead and put Tarkus in right there. Commander's going to be in. We'll get Avidus in right there. Scouts can fall in kind of off to the right here. And then we should be able... Oh, never mind. We've actually got ourselves a little bit of an engagement going. Let's see if it's going to be at all possible to bum rush that right there. And then what I need to do is I need to have them put a charge on that building. I need everybody to focus on the shuriken cannon. And as soon as that's gone, we should be okay. And down it goes. We've already got a weapon drop, which is very, very good. I love it when I get tons of loot. The precision of death. Yes, that is a weapon that will earn its name in spades. Let's see here. There's another shuriken over here, or a bright lance. They all look the same to me. It's all like little hover tanky things. It's all identical looking. I mean, I guess the D cannons look a little snubbier. We don't really need to cut this way because we've already taken the foundry. What we might consider is we may just cut around and across the right, kind of just zigzag our way this way and then fight Idel over on the top. There's no real reason to go down here except to unlock a bit more. Well, let's do it. Whatever. We'll get everybody into position that we can, and then Force Commander will be heading down. Oh, don't swing that wide. What are you guys doing? Swung a little wide for my taste right there, but they didn't aggro that entire group, so I guess we'll be okay. Oh my. Let's get Cyrus, and we need to get rid of that weapon platform, like right now. Force Commander needs to get over here and help out with them. Let's fall back with the scouts. Put them into focus fire mode so that they're at least blasting somebody. Bring the Force Commander back to maybe help out with these Banshees for just a moment. What are you guys doing? Why are you flushing out of cover like idiots? Sometimes I just don't plain understand what these guys are doing. See if maybe we can put some... I think they're trying to close ground so that they can close up with this guy right here, but Sometimes they just do it at the worst possible time. Like, why would you flush out a cover like that? Terrible plan. What do they have over here? 2 bright lances? Okay, so the bright lances are going to destroy this building before we can make use of it. Otherwise, I'd sit somebody in the building and we just kind of hope that everything would work out. However, what we can do is we have 2 airstrikes. Let's call down one of those and see if we can clear this out really quickly. Well, not quite as effective as I would have hoped. I was really kind of thinking maybe that would blow up all of them, but it does not appear to have. Let's get everybody into position. We'll put them into focus fire mode. Oh good, the Banshee decided to jump out of melee again. We really should consider having them fire on the Bright Lance if we can. It's going to be doing the largest amount of damage here. Plus it's got that obnoxious, like that knockback that only the Eldar seem to have in this game. Just drives me nuts. Did we already lose a guy from that squad? Ugh. Great. Well, we're about to capture a CP. It's all fine. Let's grab the supplies for the mission. One of the ulterior motives of always taking these CPs is grabbing all these little crates that sit around because they don't start you with full kit at the beginning. You start with like a bare default minimum, and so filling up from the beginning tends to be a good plan. Looks like we've got another group of Eldar in a building right there. I do want to grab this Shrine to the Emperor so that we can get additional intelligence in between missions and also get ourselves some bonus XP. But I think we should probably clear out this group of enemies over here as well. Let's get everybody redeployed. And once everybody... Oh no, what are you guys doing? Cutting around the wrong direction. Morons. Urgh. Definitely wish there was an active pause feature in this game. I really, really do. I keep trying to use it because I've been playing The Witcher lately, which I haven't made a complete and total call on The Witcher yet, whether I like it or not. The combat seems really, really clunky, but I'm like halfway through Chapter 2 finally, and I've played the game like 40 times, but I've never been able to finish it. It's one of those conversational games. It just has way too much dialogue for me. Let's see here. But yeah, I keep hitting the spacebar to try and pause the game just as like a little reflex. I think we need to kill this group over here. Let's send in the... I don't know what the best position is going to be. We definitely don't want to position down here because then we're going to get pinchered. That's not as good a cover as I would like. Well, let's just fall back. We'll keep everybody in this little kind of alleyway right here, and then we'll figure out how we want to approach these guys. We could potentially... How many shots do we have? We do have the melt-a-bombs. We do have the sniper rifles. Let's put tactical marines in right there and just really, really hope that they're able to fire that far. I don't know if they'll be able to, but we'll try. With them, we're going to have them snipe one of these shuriken cannons or these bright lances right up front. Good, they jumped the one that I wanted them to. And so that's now down. Let's put all of our scouts into position. They're not going to be within range. So we'll drop the remainder of our troops in right there. Maybe put Avidison and his group over there. Do a little bit of a knockback possibly. Oh, they've got a building over there too. Well then. They seem to have bogged down fairly well. They're hiding in cover pretty decently. They're in buildings. They're suppressing and doing all that fun stuff. Let's get Tarkus in over here and have him throw a grenade at the building. He's going to get suppressed on his way in, but it'll work out alright. There we go. Just blast them out of there so they're no longer a concern. And let's think about what we want to do up and to the left. Looks like we've got a CP over here. I'd be willing to bet that building's probably bogged down. Well, maybe I should kill that group too, just to make sure, just to say that I did. That is a big group, though. See if I can flush them out at all. Nope, he ran into a building. Funsies. Let's make sure that that warlock stays bogged down. We really don't need a psyker running up inside our ranks and just owning us here. I'd prefer that they not own us. At best, they should rent us. But then again, that kind of implies things about our loose morals being rented, so maybe not even that. Maybe we won't allow them to have any type of purchasable effect on us whatsoever. Let me fall back for just a moment. I don't really care about... Well, maybe you should kill him then if you're receiving fire. There we go. Very nice. Let's get up around this way. It looks like we've got another crate over there. Let me take my scouts while they're busting into this crate and figure out what we've got in this direction. Have them stealth in, and it looks like we've got 2 more bright lances, and since we just got another refill, let me kill 1 bright lance as it stands right now, and then we'll fall back. And the moment they're back in stealth, we're going to blow up this other one too with a melt-a-bomb. Retaining our melt-a-bombs, not going to be completely and totally the end-all be-all of our mission objective here, because simply put, we aren't going up against an enemy that the melted bombs are going to be useful, so maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, we probably want to hold on to our sniper shots throughout the course of the game. Let them deal a little bit of damage right here while I think about what I want to do with the remainder of my scouts. Scouts should be able to suppress and lock them down as well. I'm going to bring up the force commander to right here to take this position as soon as we drive them out. Avitus and all them are going to hold the square right here. It looks like they've got a pillbox, which means it may be time to get our scouts involved one more time. And let's throw a demolition charge up and into this pillbox to make sure it's out of our way. Yeah, you guys are going to get suppressed for just a moment, but it should be fine, Cyrus, so weep not. Weep not. Trim that awesome goatee of yours. It looks so clean and well put together. And also comb your... You got to have your comb over taken care of in combat. You got to be looking good. I gave you a cape. You have the goatee locked down, but now it's time to maintain the comb over. Without a comb over, how could you be an awesome raspy anti-hero? It's just not possible. It's difficult. Even at the best of days, it's difficult. Let me see who I can sweep in here. I bet they're going to have this fairly well fortified. Looks like they do. Well, actually, no. I figured there would be somebody in that building, but it doesn't look like they're going to put me to the screws like that. Well, I don't really know where I want to deploy anybody to just yet. We don't have any nice cover right here. I will put some of my guys into cover, and from the back, they should be able to take shots. Expanding their range with focus fire should help out a little bit too, and they should be butchered fairly closely. Let's take the scouts as we tend to do, and we're going to move them forward. If he runs through all that fire without getting blasted, what in the hell was that? Grab that relic scout armor. We've got a few more guys over here, which is going to be a job for our scouts. Let's head on over here. Bomb that out really quickly with a demolitions charge. This might get ugly, pulling them out from here. Depends if they get sniped or not. Let's move Avitus forward so he'll be able to return fire on some of these guys at the bare minimum. This game has a lot of bare minimums. Like, you just want to take, like, basic strikes on things as best you can. I don't know how many enemies are going to be up here, but I am going to try and move him into position. Get him into the building, maybe. He's suppressed now, which sucks a little bit, but he can fire out of both sides. What we'll do with our tactical marines, we'll put a grenade in that building while we're at it. And is that a Bright Lance? Oh, it is. That's bad. Okay. Well, let's have him come over and help with this unit. Now that they're in the building, we'll put him into his focus fire, get as much damage done as possible. Let's drag the tackies back for just a moment. I'm going to move the scouts up and in. They're going to take a shot at that Bright Lance. Oh, no. Get out of the building, man. Yeah, I was going to say, that's not going to be good if that goes down. What is going on here? It looks like somebody's stuck in the building there, which is weird. Causes a number of problems for me, but... Avitus, why are you not moving? Oh, good, we've got a bug.
Preparedness is all. Avitus under attack.
That is going to be a problem. I'm not sure how to fix this, but he definitely appears to be stuck. Maybe I'll grenade the building to blow up my own guys. I'm not sure what's going on right here. We do need to get rid of this Bright Lance really quickly. Without cover, it is going to be a bit of a brute force operation, but it should turn out okay. There we go. So kill that last guy, and we'll figure out if we can get Avitus unstuck. He doesn't appear... He still appears to be attached to the building. That doesn't leave me with a lot of pleasant options.
Cyrus moving out.
Yeah, it looks like there's a guy stuck in there. If we have to finish this without Avitus, it's going to be really, really rough. And in fact, that's why I lost so many units right there, is because I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with Avitus over and over, trying to select him. Let me see if maybe we can figure out some way to get him out of the building. He seems to be very, very stuck. Maybe have them throw a charge on the building. so that it no longer exists. Although it doesn't look like they're even going to throw the charge. It triggered the cooldown, but no charge.
Let fly.
Weird.
Devastator for honor and the Emperor.
He's stuck in focus fire as well.
Get away from that grenade.
There is no grenade. Yeah, whatever happened right there appears to have bugged out one of my squads, which is going to make the rest of this go just horrifically terrible. And it won't let me destroy the building either. Let me see if I can throw off to the side, maybe?
Let fly.
If that'll destroy the building, maybe it'll detach him from it. I'll try and kill him in just a minute if we can. Well, yeah, it was counting him as still inside the building, even though he was outside of it. Seeing as we have a CP, we just gave up a bit of our retribution or our fury score to knock him out, but in the... Yeah, I mean, in the long run, I think that's going to be better. I really don't want to leave him behind. It sucks that we got eaten up by a bug like that, though. That's a big, big problem. Stuff like that, like you would assume so far after launch, things like that would be ironed out. Kind of an irritating thing to have to contend with while you're playing the game. I'm not a big fan of bugs. I tend to get really furious about bugs really fast. Oh, and we've got warp spiders. At least they threw the flash grenade over there. We are caught up a tad. Actually, no, don't do that. Ah, too late. Oh well, we killed one. Kind of a waste of a grenade, but... Alright, so let's send the scouts forward, as we always do, and kind of creep forward bit by bit. See what we've got on the horizon. A couple more Bright Lances. They are really... I guess this is their leader, though, so that makes sense. They're deploying whatever ordnance they can get their hands on right now. If I can take this out in a covert manner, I'd rather do it that way. I could call in an artillery strike to save me a bit of trouble. I don't know if it's worth it, though. We could also invoke the Rosarius, but maybe I'll just use sniper fire to take these out. There's the second shot. We'll draw him back as quickly as possible. And one of these shouldn't be so hard. I do want to save the remainder of my kit if I can. Let's send in the Force Commander. We'll get them into position. Until that Bright Lance is taken care of, I can't really rest on my laurels. Put him into focus fire mode so that he's dealing extra damage, and then we'll just kind of cut them to pieces as well as we can. Maybe kind of have him destroy a bit of cover right there, wipe out some of those barrels. That last Howling Banshee should be gone pretty shortly. Let's advance. Well, Avidus, no, you hang back for just a minute. It looks like they've got more reinforcements up here. Where's that other CP at? I'm not seeing it spinning. Oh, never mind. It's down below us. I keep thinking the Force Commander is the CP because his symbol looks similar on the map screen. Let's take the Temple to the Emperor first, and once we get that taken care of, we'll focus on other locations. I think putting Avidus in there, although I'm slightly terrified about using any of these positions right now. They are now suppressed. Draw fire with the Force Commander if we can. But it does look like they're holding a lot of positions right now. Yeah, it looks like they've got the Force Commander pretty much bogged down with suppressing fire. I'm going to do my best to keep him on his feet. He's not losing health at a ridiculously fast rate. So I think that... Oh, there's a Warlock in behind us. Alright, well, let's call in an artillery strike then on this field. Gents. There it is. Took him a minute. And once that gets called in, it should at least bust up something over there, giving us a little bit of breathing room to draw on with everybody else. I don't want to use too many supplies here. And these executioners over here are really, really tough. Like, I don't know if these count as hero units or what these are, but they take so much damage. Let's advance everybody else now. Let's consider getting Cyrus in with a charge right there if he can. Alright, and then fall back with them. Oh, and we're fighting on two fronts now. Let's draw back from that. We don't want to fight on two fronts at all. Force Commander should be able to wrap up the remainder of that fight. Let's put some fire on these guys now. There's not a lot to be had, but luckily there's not a lot to be had for them either. The Shielding of Righteousness. We'll scoop that greedily into our bag right now. Pick up both support items because we used a lot right there to get ourselves taken care of. And let's pull out of the building. We've still got the Rosarius left. I'd like to save that for the boss battle just in case I can't get anybody out of the way of certain contingencies. You know what I mean, like certain boss attacks, things of that nature. If they catch me with everybody just kind of sitting flat-footed, that's not going to be good for us. Let's go ahead and kill the last one right here with a Melt-A-Bomb. And then everybody else will take the position right here to wipe out the remaining support troops.
Generators will not be available until your next deployment.
We probably want to come down here and grab that if we can before we disengage the field. Let's put a grenade on them. They have decent cover. And down they go.
Squad eliminated.
Everybody else is at full units right now, which is very, very nice. I'm going to take the scouts and I'm going to check this CP. See what it's got going on.
Target sighted.
Looks like they've got something there. They've got a Warlock, so I'm going to try and snipe the Warlock if I can.
Judgments are passed in shadow.
They've also got Shuriken, okay.
Yes. What is
They've got a decent supply of troops down here that could turn this into sort of a bloodbath. However, they don't seem to have a lot of melee units, which I like. I'm going to snipe one of the cannons for now, and then we're going to draw back.
Locks open. Destination.
Let's think about putting the Tackies into position right here along with Avidus. Hopefully this group of guys doesn't aggro on us.
getting a better vantage?
That'd be a problem. Let's take a final sniper round on him.
Cautious strike may do the work of thousands.
And that may draw the rest of them into combat. I can't guarantee that it will. So much for suppression. Oh no. That knockback may give us a problem. They've definitely shifted into cover now. That force push sucks. Wow. It's very, very spammy. Like, how many times can you, like, do the little psych push thing over and over and over again? We're going to have him actually just bum rush this position, destroy as much of the cover as possible. Have my shooters stay right there. Have them put rounds on the warp spiders if they can. We shouldn't lose anybody in this little engagement. This is a relatively minor battle. I was worried about using our supplies, but it looks like we're going to get reimbursed slightly. We're not going to get a ton of stuff back, but we are going to get a Melt-A-Bomb and also one of our sniper rounds back. I'd prefer to have as many sniper rounds going into Idranel as possible. I do recall her being somewhat nasty, and not in the good sense. Nasty in the sense that she's just a giant pain in the ass, if I remember the boss fight correctly.
Coming out of stealth.
They need to regenerate some energy. We're going to push to this position right here. Let's see if we can go around this bigger group right here that's all entrenched on the bridge. That's our final boss fight area, huh? Okay.
Eldar.
They have so many just
Granted.
light support units around here. Just everywhere. There's a bunch of supplies right there.
Say it now.
Which means I can probably get away with expending a lot of rounds now. Why are you going in that close? Do you not have line of sight?
Be vigilant.
What is that? We may consider then throwing a bomb right there and just like hoping. We're fishing right now. Well, they got out of the way, which sucks, but it did draw that group away, which means we can Melt-A-Bomb it. Maybe put Tackies right there along with Avidus just to rain fire down on that position. That might work.
We are the eyes and ears of the chapter.
Nope, doesn't appear to be working. I was hoping they would have the range right there, but it doesn't look like it's going to give it to them.
Camouflage scouts.
Maybe...
One step at
Get a shot off right there. No. Maybe a grenade right there. See if that hits anything. There we go. I was hoping that based on the like off chance, because when they throw it doesn't seem to always go to the location you want. That's exactly what I was hoping for, that he would slightly throw it like off kilter, or he would throw it sort of off center, and that would end up... Alright, let's get the Force Commander in here. He's gonna pop his battle cry to make sure that everybody's doing increased damage while we deal with these witches. Or we deal with these banshees. Hopefully that one doesn't get away. Please don't let that one get away. Good. That went about as cleanly as it possibly could have. I'm happy with the result. Let's go ahead and move everybody forward that we can move forward. And we'll take the CP. And once the CP is taken, we'll make a hard drive for Idel, who should be right up these stairs. Also, let's have the tackies go over here, and didn't we see some really nice supplies over here? I hope they're not defended.
Hostile movement up ahead, brothers.
That's fine, there can be hostile movement. Let's get ourselves refilled on all these goodies down here. Mainly the sniper rounds are what I'm looking for. Considering we're going up against somebody that's really squishy, from what the intel said, the sniper rounds are going to be the things that are going to seal the deal on this. I didn't need that one, but I decided to pick it up anyways. Let's send the Force Commander up there with some tackies. I don't know who else is going to be here. Okay, so they got the building right there. Let me get my scouts on up here. We'll bomb this out with a demolitions charge really quickly. I really hate fortified positions. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but fortified positions just make my teeth hurt. Let's bomb that thing. Get away while we can. Whatever reason, they don't flush out of the buildings like you would think they would. I mean, there's an explosive sitting right there. I at least make an attempt, but maybe they're aware of the bug just like I am. Maybe put Avitus right there, although I'm worried these guys are going to notice us on the other side. Bring tactical marines forward, maybe to right there. Destroy their cover if we can. Oh, I was hoping it would bulldoze that wall, but it doesn't look like it's going to. With all the firefighting that's going on right here, these are ranged infantry, so even if they close distance with me, it shouldn't do any type of real injury. And now we've taken a better position from which to fight. I need my sniper up here to kill one of those. Down goes one. Put them into focus fire. Put everybody into melee battle mode, or at least increased damage mode. That'll knock them back, and while they're on their backs, we should be able to take a crack at smacking them down. Very good. Can you guys make that shot right there, or is that just too far out? I want to kill this group before we go in on Idel, just to make sure we don't get pincered during the middle of the fight. That Bright Lance should be down pretty quickly. We might want to think about killing this Warlock too. I think they have an increased chance of dropping loot. Then again, they've got a fortified building right there. Let's just be on our way. Coming down into this location. Tacky's there. Maybe get Avitus into a building. Maybe put put our scouts into a building too. That does run the risk of her possibly detonating a building at some point and causing problems for us. But at the same time, it gives us at least a little bit of cover. See if we can find Idel here. There she is. So let's get as much damage on her as we can up front. Let me move them on back this way. You stay there. Avitus needs to clear out of the building and get over here just to cause some problems for her. Sniper shot should be about ready to go. Force Commander, you heard him. She's probably going to get help pretty soon. Oh, no, right when I decided to move, they decided to move her too. Well, I'd still prefer to keep fire on her if we can. Put him into hardcore battle mode. Can he take a shot from there? Let's try. Well then, let's try and draw this a little further back then. Ooh, they're gonna bring in a bunch of warlocks. Okay. Let's call down some tarantulas. And we're gonna make full use of all of our support abilities. Where did she run off to? Oh, there she is. I don't even know what happened right there. I didn't see anything get targeted or anything pointed at us, but I guess I must have missed it. Let's pull him out since he now can't take sniper shots. Let me drop the last turret here. Put him back into battle mode. Yeah, sure, pop the Rosarius, why not? Or the Signum, or whatever the hell it's called. The super awesome paladin bubble. There we go. Ooh, that was a perfect grenade. That went down right when I wanted it to.
More of them. Kill them all.
Alright, so let's finish off Idra now. That should be the last wave of units. Ooh, get out of there. Oh my god. Wow, that was impressive.
Battled enough for now, I think. I have other tasks to attend to on this doomed planet.
She's escaping!
I admit I have enjoyed this dalliance, humans. I may even miss you when you are ash and cinders.
Ash and cinders. Tyranids drain worlds of life. They do not burn them.
Well, that went a little bit... That went better than I figured it would. That was a fun fight, though. Maybe I'm thinking about the second time you fight her. I think there's another time where you fight her beyond this, because I remember a way worse fight where there was like tanks and all kinds of horrible stuff happening. Teleport pack, so we're probably going to drop that on the Force Commander, which will be pretty sweet. Fury, we killed a lot of people. Resilience, unfortunately we had to kill our own guy to get him out of there. And we've got 2 extra foundries. There's an additional deployment. Loot... Yeah, not a huge amount of loot, but then again, there weren't a lot of enemies, to be really honest. I didn't see a whole lot of groups. We didn't cut out towards the other foundry, though, but not a big deal. I'm trying to keep the videos somewhat at a rate to where they'll still...
The alien witch escaped! She laughs at us while our worlds die!
Commander, I share your sergeant's frustration, but I have far graver news. I have finally obtained the master control codes for Angel Forge and have transmitted them to your ship and to Captain Angelo's fleet. I fear it may be too late to do you any good, however. Another Tyranid swarm is driving into the Forge area. Massive defensive walls guard the approach to the Forge, but the Imperial Guard forces stationed there are being overrun.
Your delaying and politicking has doomed us all, DeRosa.
If so, I'm sure my end will be suitably horrific, Sergeant. I only wish I could say the same of Governor Vandis.
What do you mean?
I make no excuses for my mistakes, but I have been fighting to get those codes for you for days. The governor simply ordered me to continue delaying you, and then stopped answering me altogether. When I finally dealt with the House Vandis soldiers guarding his residence, I found he had left the Meridian system for some private retreat 3 sectors away. I did find the codes for Angel Forge, however.
You took a real risk, Administrator. They could hang you for treason if the governor returns.
Governor Vandis turned tail and left the entire sector to die. Your commander is here, fighting to save it. If anything, I was far too slow to see where my loyalties belonged.
I think she missed her calling. She should have been a sister of battle.
Oh, really? The orcs have decided to show up. That's kind of funny. That's great. I'd love to pull away from this location, but it's just crazy. We have an optional mission here. We'll probably do that in the next... Yeah, we'll probably do that in the next episode. For now, we didn't get any level ups. Let's take a look at some of the kit we have here. I'll probably end up just getting rid of that. I don't see myself using it. The Merciless Truth gives melee skill and energy. But I'll probably get rid of that as well. We gotta get people leveled up, I suppose. Crusader's Zeal is a really risky weapon because it removed all our health regeneration, which we talked about in the past. Seal of the Martyr might be nice if you ever ended up with a loadout slot for it, but I don't see it happening. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of this down here. Get out of the way. There we go. Force Pack, we definitely want to wear that so that he can jump around like crazy. Get on his feet and jump around. Let's continue working him down. It looks like everybody's about on the same level up path. Ooh, that unlocked a bunch of stuff for him. The Power Fist is 47 damage per second, and it gives huge amounts of armor rating and allows him to stun vehicles. I'll probably equip him with that because what would be greater than having a giant fist? Just a big old just ass knocker. Look at that thing. That thing is incredible. And it's got a skull on it. How much cooler could you be? Black Rage actually has higher DPS though. And that, it nerfs him though. It gives him damage resistance, more health, and it has a 9% chance of either injuring him or injuring the enemy for additional damage. Not a gambler like that, so I'm probably not going to use that item. We have a level 10 power armor there. Probably put that on Tarkus because of the accuracy, either Tarkus or Avidus. Melee damage, he loses. The Armature of Zeal is a good choice, I think. He's going to get some melee damage. The range damage isn't very useful, though. I'd prefer to have something... 2% chance when hit. That's not that good, so I'll probably get rid of that. We still have the armor, the Cuirass of Azariah, which is a really good armor, except for its low armor rating. But that's okay. Let's continue working him towards... Let's give him the ability that regenerates health whenever he kills somebody. That'll be nice. Tarkus hasn't dinged up yet. Avidus has. We're going to continue... We're going to continue maybe pumping into there to get him to energy for every enemy you kill. Somebody had mentioned in a comment that if you get him further up the energy line, he can focus fire all the time. That sounds really badass to me, to be honest. I'm going to give him the suppression, resistance, and accuracy armor, which will make him hit a little bit better. He is going to be our primary damage dealer. Let's go down to Cyrus now, and Cyrus is so close to being able to use accessories while stealthed. Very, very close. Although this might be a wasted venture. I've noticed that he doesn't really seem to get hit that often. Even when he does get unstealthed, he runs away fairly successfully. So maybe it might be a waste getting down here, but better safe than sorry, I guess. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Dawn of War 2. I hope to see you guys next time. We'll do our bonus deployment. Maybe try and get the infestation level down a little bit while we're out and about. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.